The first thing this guy does after coming back to life is purposely lock up his neighbor's $1 million ride. When the neighbor storms over, fuming, demanding answers, he doesn't explain a thing. He just fires up his car and floors it straight at the guy. After getting hauled to the station, he shows zero regret. He even asks the cops to keep him locked up. And the reason he's doing all this is to prove he wasn't home at 8 p.m. tonight. That's the only way he can dodge a deadly disaster coming his way. Turns out in his last life, he lent his brand new villa to his buddy for a party. But the next morning, a massive crowd flooded the front gate, carrying the body of a delivery guy, shouting that he had to pay with his life. But he hadn't even stayed at the villa that night. There was no way he was the killer. But while he was desperately trying to clear his name, the schemer suddenly stepped out, saying the party ended before 8 p.m. So the murder had nothing to do with him. What crushed him even more was his girlfriend backing the guy up, saying she drove the schemer home after the party. The victim's family exploded and tore into him on the spot. He tried to defend himself, but the victim's wife was breaking down and couldn't hear a thing. She pulled out a knife and sent him straight to meet God, but God declined the appointment, giving him another shot at life. He woke up on the very day he handed the villa keys to the schemer. This time, when the schemer asked for the villa, he shot him down without hesitation. Then he walked out immediately, standing at his own doorstep. Even though he didn't lend the villa out, he still felt something was off. Right then, he spotted that freeloading neighbor parking in his spot again. A wild idea popped into his head. He grabbed a lock and chained up the guy's luxury car. The neighbor jumped out and started yelling, but the guy didn't bother arguing. He needed this guy for something way bigger. He gunned his car and smashed straight toward him. Both of them were dragged to the station. To dodge the killer's time frame, he refused every mediation the cops offered, arguing non-stop with the neighbor. He dragged it out until 9:30 p.m. Only then did his friend drive him to his mom's place. But the moment he arrived at the gate, his girlfriend called, asking when he'd go install cameras at the villa. That made him even more certain she and the schemer were behind everything, so he hid the fact the cameras were already set up. The next day unfolded just like the last life. The victim's family came knocking again, but this time, the murder time had shifted to 10 p.m., and the victim's brother swore he saw the guy do it with his own eyes. Even the watch matched. Just then, the cops arrived. The same officer who mediated last night. The guy quickly pulled out the mediation paperwork, saying he was at the station until 9:30 last night. He had no window to commit anything, but the victim's brother didn't buy it. He insisted he saw everything clearly, said the killer was definitely him. Seeing no one believed him, he rushed inside and grabbed his laptop to show them last night's footage. But what he didn't know was that someone had already tampered with it. When the figure in the video lifted his head, the guy froze. The killer on the screen was him. He kept saying no way, swore the footage had to be fake, but the crowd wasn't buying any of it. They were convinced he was the guy. Voices started shouting he needed to be taken down. The victim's family was losing it. Seeing everything spiraling, he forced himself to stay calm.